capacity test. Hey guys, this is Impromptu Live because honestly, I came home and slept all afternoon after church today. So I'm going to be at work and doing some bears that I bought. Very impromptu. Happy New Year, Marie. Hope all you guys are doing well. So I got a little impromptu Lucky 7 auction. Happy New Year to you as well. I haven't done anything on Obx Picker channel in a long time. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go live because we don't really go out or do anything for New Year's special. But I've got some work, honestly, that I need to get done today, this evening. So it's like, you know what? We'll just pop live. Gina, Happy New Year from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. All right, cool. Glad you're here. Glad you are here. Just want to look real quick on the other side. Hope everybody is enjoying their evening. Fingy, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Guys, I'm actually it's kind of twofold. I've been working on flooring all week at my house. So I have been a little neglectful on getting stuff done. So I had a long nap this afternoon because I'm one of those folks. I don't know, man. I can't make midnight most times anymore on New Year's. So I'm just gonna pop live, do a little bit of work, and see how it goes. It's kind of interesting. I have all these Reiki bears. Look at this. Reiki? Is that how you pronounce them? Is that right? I've got a whole big trash bag full of these things I got over the weekend. So I'm trying to look them up and see if they're worth anything and hanging out. So if you guys are around, hanging out, I don't know what y'all got going on. If you're waiting in the new year for the next couple hours, just kind of hanging out. Actually, got to go get my phone charger here in a minute. I was watching a little football, but my fins let me down today, so kind of. And I lost in the finals of my fantasy football for the RIN. Just spent 2 days replacing the transmission in my washing machine. Hey, almost cost as much as when I bought it new to get it repaired. Yeah. Nice. Ping G, what's going on? Joey, good to see you. Third year they're doing this. They're now at Dave & Buster's where they have a family New Year's celebration. Wow. 54 including appetizers and tickets for the game. Nice. Harry Humstone. Talk about a blast from the past. Harry, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Only 7:16 here. Got a ways to go. Yes, it's 10 o'clock here. So, yeah, 10 o'clock here. Hey, I'm going to do something I never do anymore, but I'll be trusting you guys. If anybody would like to come in and chat for a minute. This is like blast for the past for me because years ago I used to do this. We will make it. Look at that. Talk about blast from the past. Krillin in the building. Good to see you, Krillin. What's the good word? Guys, I came home from church today and like was not. I've been doing flooring in my house all day. I mean all day, all week. And so needless to say, it's been a long week. We had a leaky refrigerator and had to replace some flooring. So I went ahead and did the whole kitchen. And now I'm still going to do the laundry room to make it all match. But so it's been a long week. So I think my body was finally like, dude, you got to rest, man, at some point. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to get some work done and ring in the new year. So that's what I'm doing. Here dealing with the Reiki bears. Man, I do like that eBay has finally fixed the picture ID. Has got a lot better. Oh, wait a minute, sunshine. Somebody's got this first one I took a picture of listed for $140. Let's go. Listings aren't sales. I know. Listings are not sales. Man, some of these though go for good money. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen these things before? They're like wooden face, wooden feet. Yeah. Some of them go for crazy money, like $300 or $400. I've got some pretty unique ones. So I'm hoping work. We're talking about work. Practice. You talking about practice? Hey, Jimmy, if you want to pop in, dude, I'll put the link up there. Yeah, I've been working all week on other things, so I'm trying to start the new year out with a bang. That's what it is. I'll be taking some time off next month. So. Yeah, look at this guy. I don't know what's up with that 1 foot, but this one's actually limited edition. Yeah, football pretty much ended for me. Number, what the heck is that? There's only 10,000 of these bears made. We're talking about work? We don't have to talk about work. We can talk about other things. I know, talk about a blast from the past, like me going live on Obx Picker. This one's only $36 bucks. It's been a long time since I've done anything over here. I wonder what's up with this 1 foot there. That foot looks kind of funky. Looks like my guy got something going on, buddy. Something going on. First East Coast New Year. It's different over here, Jimmy. It's different over here. We're kind of ahead of the curve, East Coast. Good God. Wow. My wife thinks these things are creepy. This one's limited edition too. Look at that. 1171. 1171. I'm just looking for one of those straight heaters. I could have one. Could happen. Holy cow, dude. A little pilgrim. Little pilgrim. Hey, Diane Matthews. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. This lady had a serious bear collection. Serious. Feo Schwartz. Dude, I have this massive bear. I'm saying massive, massive, massive. Ten folks in here hanging out. Thank you guys for spending the remainder of your 2023 with me. Appreciate you guys. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. What is going on here? Bro. It's kind of a big one. I'm curious about. That one does not appear to be marked. Is it an early one? Jeez, man, there's a load of those things. Creepyville, Creepyville. that dude out. It's pretty wild. He's got wooden feet. Huh. What's this look? Raccoon Robin Hood action? It's kind of wild. I actually found this at a yard sale. Diane. Look at this. Yeah, it's a whole sack of these things. So this was in the lady's, I was asking her if she had any other vintage, like toys or anything. And she's like, I got these bears. And I started looking up some just random comps on it. And it's a whole like lawn and leaf bag full of these. So it's crazy. I ended up buying a refrigerator there, which seems wild, but our refrigerator was leaking. I was getting ready to go buy a brand new one. This lady had a super nice Whirlpool refrigerator. So I got the refrigerator for $160. I spent about $100 at the yard sale. I got 2 monster bags of these bears, and then I got another. Well, it's between the bears and like pop culture, like 70s plush, that kind of stuff, all in good shape. And there's a few more pieces. I got like some Disney golf balls. I got a percolator, like an old big percolator. That's worth about $70 by itself. So yeah. So it was like the only yard sale I went to that day. And I got a bunch of hats on the shelf on Tuesday, like 3 hat boxes full of like dead stock farm hats. So killer. Fireball Flippers, good to see you. Happy New Year. It's like a little impromptu live. Oh man, this is Cupid, but it looks broken. It's little pieces. Got problems. Maybe I can glue that rig back. Oh yeah, I see what the deal is. Reiki Cupid. I don't know. You guys think these things are creepy? Look at this. Oh, that's a big one there, isn't it? Theo Schwartz. Man, that thing is huge. Creepy cute, Gina says. That thing's huge. It's pretty fluffy. One of those it's so fluffy moments. Yeah, I got these Disney golf balls, character golf balls. I think those are cool. I'll be throwing those in an upcoming auction. Ooh. Yeah, they have like little characters on the golf balls. They're from Disneyland. This lady at the sale actually had a bunch of cool stuff, but Some of it she weren't selling because she took me in the like little garage area. She used to work for the LA Times. Look at this guy. Look, he's rocking the beard just like me. That's crazy. I guess this is the king of the bears. And this one actually has the box. By applause. So what's everybody else doing for New Year's? Hanging out with me? Oh, I got you. So there's whoa. Whoa. Stand by. There should be a queen. I don't see no queen. $5-foot bear you really need to get rid of. Yeah. So the Jester sold for like $52. That's cool. Wonder what the king sells for. Somebody's got the king listed for $375 by itself. I have the box for the king. I don't see the certificate though. Hanging out at home. Going to have another TV dinner in about an hour. I got you, Ping G. I think I could get a fair amount for the king. I think I may put him up at like 150 and see what happens. We just did the countdown from 3 hours in our future at a different time zone for the grandkids. Yay, they stayed up to midnight. Oh, Gretchen. They must be in Europe, huh? Yeah, I've got friends in India that called me this afternoon and was like, Happy New Year. I was like, because they're almost 11 hours listing it now and drinking some weird drink my hubby made. Yeah. This is what I'm partaking of right now. So, I have an addiction to nerds. I don't know why. See, Marie says, see if she actually makes it at midnight. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, the older I've gotten too, I don't even, like I'll see it in the morning. Greet the new day. Yeah, if I didn't take a nap, I'd be passed out right now. Just straight up. Man, I don't think I'll get 150 on this dude. Probably about 50 to 70 is what it's looking like. Can of tropical 7-Up. Yeah. I'm not a. Let's see. 90.99. Uh-oh. Here comes some company. Ew.
What's up, man?
Not much.
I'm gonna scare everybody away. Everybody's leaving now. Jimmy's here.
I got you.
I'll turn down the volume. Hey, there we go. Hey, I got your hat right here. We'll do
Yes.
I think I got it right here. Oh no, it's upstairs because I wear it when I walk. Dang it. I wear it when I go for a walk, so I've got it upstairs. Dang it.
There you go.
It's not down here, sorry.
I'm surrounded by plushies.
Yeah, I keep it like that coat rack, so when I go for a walk with the dogs and stuff, I just want to wear a hat, so I throw it on. It's got the nice breathable mesh back.
Oh yeah.
So what's going on? We're just hanging out till New Year's then?
I guess, man. I came home from church today and passed out like straight. I've been putting flooring in my kitchen all week.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
Jeez, bro. It's been a long time since I've done like that kind of work, like hands and knees. Like,
yeah, I can't even do it anymore.
Yeah.
We did inventory over the last 2 days. That's a day and a half. Literally went through every single item. Like that's the first time I think that's the first time I've done that in like 3 years.
Well, you guys are here, so you'll hear it first. But I'm fixing to do a massive clean out.
Yeah,
I mean massive, like almost like hit the reset button clean out.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I basically did that when I moved. I cut my inventory in half. But
yeah, so what I'm gonna do, honestly, is I'm thinking about on one stop just doing wholesale.
Really?
And honestly, like start in one corner of my shed and work around. And unless it's like just, I won't do anything with like the part stuff because that's not somebody that. Jennifer Hayes in the house.
What's up, Jennifer?
Jennifer, this is like old times, right? Live on OBX Poker.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm sitting there thinking, I said I've kind of overwhelmed guys with One Stop Shop lives on RIN. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna pop OBX Picker. Like people will be shocked to actually see something on the channel.
I mean, with the background, I didn't even realize I didn't even realize we were on OBX right now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're over here hanging out. Oh man, I didn't have my branding corrected.
That's the reason why I didn't even realize we were on.
There you go.
I just got the notification just like I normally do. So I guess I have the bell on for both channels.
We're official over here now.
Diane Matthews, I deleted a bunch of listings off Poshmark. Tomorrow I'll tackle them. Yeah. I don't cross list, so that made inventory a little bit easier. But it was a lot of work, man. I'll tell you, and we have quite the death pile now of stuff to list that wasn't listed.
Hey, did you see this guy? Look at this guy.
What is that?
This thing's massive, dude.
What's the tag on its ear? Is that Stife or what?
No, Feo Schwartz. Apparently, that's a pretty good brand. I don't know. This dude's huge.
Why do I want to? Is it FAO Schwartz? Is that how they?
Yeah. Feo. FAO.
I've heard of that. I don't know why. I don't know why I've heard of that, but I've heard it.
Yeah, I got all these. It's crazy, man. So Saturday, I got a call from my guy, like my auction cleanout guy. He's like, "Look, man, I got all these hats for you." So I'm gonna show them on Tuesday because they're still in the car. 3 boxes of essentially dead stock farm hats. Like I'm talking like Pioneer Seed Company, some John Deere stuff, like some other things. And I'm like, man, like so I get over there with that, and me and him, we do a little, sometimes I bring him some stuff, a little barter, a little.
Yeah.
I got all that, and oddly enough, I picked up a couple glass pieces from him, which is completely out of my element. I'm like, whatever. So then I'm driving home, but there's one yard sale in my whole area this weekend. One. And so I was like, man, it started at 9. The only thing I saw in the pictures I was interested in at all was golf clubs. She had 2 sets of golf clubs. Couldn't tell what they were. One of the bags said Air on it. I was like, please be Nikes. But I was like driving over there. So like where I got to my guy is like an hour and a half, right? I drove it there, hour and a half, picked his place, had some decent stuff, even beyond the hats. But there was probably 50, 60 hats that were like I said, good stuff. And so I come back and go into town. It's like 11:30. I was like, there's probably nothing left at this yard sale, but you know, the FOMO is real. Like you're afraid that if you didn't go there, then there would be some. Lady's like, I've only seen like 2 people all day. I'm like, really? I said, do you still have the golf clubs? So she takes me in this, it's basically like a big utility room, you know, outside in her garage. And so she's like, yeah, they're here. And so now that I'm in there, you know, like I do reseller stuff, right? So what do you do when you go in? So you start looking around. Like, what else you got here? So I'm looking at the golf clubs. I ended up buying one golf club out of the whole thing. It was like a tailor-made rescue wood, and it had a goofy head cover on it. So,
nice. Yeah.
The rest of it was trash. Like there was a good set, but it was like beat, dude. Like just scarred up and everything. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. So then I got to ask her. I said, just off chance, do you happen to have any like older toys? Because I'd seen like a plush sitting up there. I was like, I don't know. So she's like, well, I got these. And she started pulling these things out. Like there's a whole trash bag full of these Racing Bears. And like some of them are like $15-$20. Some of them go for hundreds. So I did not. I mean, this is like a blind buy. Like it basically just I had the trash bag. I have found one that's $50 already. So I'm like sitting there looking blind by. I go in and she goes, I said, well, what about other, like, do you have anything else? So she pulls out this tote. Well, in the top of the tote, which I couldn't get, is a USA painter's hat with Olympic pins all over it. It's got like USA on the top. I was like, that's cool. I said, so she goes, yeah, this is from the Olympics. And then she had a sash full of those pins, like all the ones from the different events and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I was like, man, I said, that's super cool. And she goes, yeah, I went to the Olympics. I said, oh, you're talking about like the 96 Olympics. She goes, no, I'm talking about the 84 Olympics.
In LA, right?
She said she worked for the Los Angeles Times at one point.
Oh.
And I was like, dude. So I'm sitting there. Yeah, probably. But so I'm in there looking around and she's pulling through this tote. She goes, yeah, I think I'm going to keep these for myself. I was like, ooh. But then the next thing I see in there is an Alf with an Alf watch on his arm. I was like, that's cool. And I'm like, what else is in here? So like 1970s Goofy, Pluto, that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah. So that I grabbed this bag with all these. So
you got some of them? You got it all, or?
Yeah, pretty much all of the plush. The only plush she kept was she had a couple little ones she pulled out that she's like, these are just sentimental.
Yeah.
The rest she's like, yeah. And there was a whole bag of Christmas stuff, but I was like, yeah. She said, I've already sold that to somebody else. And I was like, okay, cool. But what's even funnier is, so the reason I had to replace my flooring in the kitchen is our refrigerator was leaking. And apparently it had been leaking underneath for a long time. So when I pulled it out, I was like, oh, the floor is no good.
Like that,
yeah. So I had to go in and replace that. So I'm sitting there. We're literally like going today to get the refrigerator after church. And I was like, so we're gonna have to drop like $1,200-$1,300 minimum, right? Refrigerator. Yep. So I'm at that yard sale though, and I'm in that garage. I was like, she goes, you don't know anybody needs a refrigerator, do you? And so I look over there and I'm like, it's a Whirlpool refrigerator. Like originally we were going to get the one with the bottom freezer, but this is a massive side by side refrigerator.
Right.
And she goes, yeah, we pulled it out because it don't fit. We remodeled our kitchen and it didn't fit in the space. Well, we have remodeled our kitchen to where the refrigerator is not even in that hole. It's on the other side.
Right.
So I was like, man, it don't matter how big it is. Like,
Yeah,
unless it's like 96 inches or something, we were good. So I was there looking at stainless steel front. It had one crease on the top above the ice maker. But I'm like, shoot, a magnet will cover that. No problem. I mean, we got a bunch of magnets on the refrigerator anyway. So I was like, what are you asking on the refrigerator?
There's a reseller out there that has a magnet you can get from.
Yeah. So he's like, she's like, I said, how much you asking on the refrigerator? She's like, $200. I was like, I said, let me take some pictures. So I took some pictures. And I shot it to my mom and my wife and like, hey, look at this. Like, see what you guys think about this. And so I literally drove down the road. Well, then I called my buddy who has a trailer and I was like, hey man, where are you at? He's like, bro, I'm like 10 minutes away or whatever. And he said, I've actually got my trailer empty because he was moving some stuff. I was like, hey, could you come? Well, the lady told me, she goes, well, if you find somebody to sell it to, like, I'll give you like a finder's fee. And I was like, cool. So I come back over there and I was like, yeah. She's like, is everything okay? Like, she thought something was going on with the plushes or whatever. And I said, yeah. I said, I think we want that refrigerator. And I said, so would you accept the offer on it? And she's like, yeah. She goes, so I said, well, I didn't want to hit her too hard, but I was like, hey, would you do like 180? And she's like, yeah, and I'll give you $20 back because of the finder's fee. So 160 on the refrigerator.
Yeah, man. Everything on it works good.
Yeah.
The ice maker, does it have an ice maker and water?
Yeah, it's got water, ice maker, the whole bit. It's good shape.
That's a great deal, man.
I looked it up. I was like, dude, that refrigerator even used is like $800-900.
I mean, when we moved, we sold our refrigerator. I think we got $300-400 for it.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
It's huge, man. It's like, stainless steel front, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's good, and it's Whirlpool, so I mean, good brand.
Trailer, got it loaded on the trailer and got it no problem. Huh?
Yeah, got it home. No problem. Like me and my buddy threw it on the trailer, and like I've got hand trucks from, like, I've got just a little reseller tip, guys, is if you go to the U-Haul stores, they have these great hand trucks that are cheaper than what you're going to get at Lowe's in those places, but they're the collapsible, like to where you can make them a cart and then you can fold them up into like you can extend them to be a normal hand truck. So I use that thing a ton, like, hauling, like sometimes even when I'm going to the post office, like I put it down and load the cart up and then wheel it out to the car. Throw that thing in the back of the van, take it over to the post office, unload it, wheel it in. So the lady's
I got the one where I got the one where you can lay it down and it turns into a cart.
Yeah.
That was that one, right? Yeah. Put the handle.
Dude, I got that from U-Haul for $85, dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know where I got. I don't even know where I got mine. Marie has a vintage cart and got it for free.
That's how we know what FAO Swartz is. High end.
Yep, I was reading that. Yep, 100%. When they do where he worked at and where they did the dance on the.
Yeah. Is that big? Is that big?
Yeah, the movie Big. Yeah. The floor piano that they dance on.
Hey, Brad in the house. Brad, our Dolphins took a hit today, bro. Like that was.
Ooh, I watched it got out of control.
Brutal. Well, the other worrying thing, Tua left the game, dude.
Yeah. I didn't make it. I heard that. I didn't make it that. I mean, it was done. Yeah. That game was done. They were letting. Yeah, that was rough. But still got the playoffs.
Yeah, it comes down for us too next week. I don't know. Did Buffalo play today? I didn't.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, so see now next week, man, is a big game.
Yeah, Buffalo, they win. They could get all the way to the 2 seed.
Yeah, if Buffalo beats us, they win the AFC East.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that'll be a big game. That'll be a good, hopefully a good game. Hopefully both teams show up to play. Like, because I sat down wanting to watch that Raven Dolphin. I wanted to watch that game. It was like, this is gonna be a high scoring, good game. It was high scoring, but it wasn't.
It was high scoring just one side of the scoreboard. Yeah, Brad. I think he's all right too. Maybe his pride probably got hurt. But I've been worrying though, man. The Dolphins' offense has kind of been like a little sputtery lately. Like it ain't what it was. I think people are starting to figure out their scheme a little bit more than what initially.
Yeah, but it's been a weird year in football. Like it's my team, the Broncos, started off terrible, and then they made a push at the end.
Dude, how about the demise of the Chiefs? Just
man, yeah. That's why if I have to pick a team in the AFC, I'm picking after what they did today. I'll pick Baltimore to be in the Super Bowl. I mean, they because I think I probably would have picked the Dolphins before this week. It's been a crazy year.
It's the Hard Knocks curse, man.
Right? Oh yeah, that's right. They're doing Hard Knocks. That's right.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
I lost to the man today.
I think I may have. Now you played him. I knew he won.
Yes, me and him in the championship, bro.
Dan in demand. I knew he won. I knew he won. I didn't know that he played you. I guess,
dude. I messed up too. So the other day, I have Amari Cooper, right? Amari Cooper last week scored 72 points for me.
He was out.
Yeah, he was out. So here's the thing. I get notified, right? And I go in. It's 30 minutes before the game. They would not let me change my lineup. I'm like sitting there going like, what's going on? Like the game hadn't started yet. And it would not let me change my lineup. So I was going to put in. I mean, I think he damn still would have took me.
He smoked you though, right? Like I don't know. If you had to put in a really good player to have.
Well, I had the running back for Cleveland who scored 31 points, who would have been playing for Amari Cooper because I would have adjusted around. But he still got me. Like the rest of my guys petered out.
Yeah,
I would have had to have the optimal lineup, but.
I wonder who had CD Lamb, man. Whoever had CD Lamb this weekend.
But I'm stoked. Finished second.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a. I because he showed me the breakdown and everything. Man, he did a good job. He had you could tell he had to put his team together with injuries and stuff. You could tell those weren't guys that he drafted. You know what I mean?
No.
He had a.
Yeah, I mean, because gosh, like he had running back from Arizona who blew up today.
Yeah, Connors.
Yeah, and Williams for the Rams had a good day. So
Kyron Williams, he's had a good year. I mean, he's had a really good year.
Yeah, so those two, they were 30-point plus guys for him today. I think Kyler Murray actually had a good day. So
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, how does Arizona beat Philadelphia, bro? Like, how does that happen?
Philadelphia is like the NFC version of the Dolphins right now, though. They're not.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I don't know, man. Hey, I got one for you. I was going to run this in my auction the other day, but I never got around to it.
Telstar. Is that Pong on there?
Yep.
Or video sports games on it.
Coleco, bro.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Coleco. Like ColecoVision.
Coleco Telstar.
Wow.
See, the unit is that the guy's got his hands on.
So you have to play against each other right next to each other or what?
Yep.
It's like the old arcade.
Yeah, you're using the same console. Like there's two buttons.
Wow.
Yeah.
That crap. That TV, that looks like the TV in your intro on Resale Information.
Oh, no, dude. Yeah. That thing's a blast from the past.
Check this out. Oh, I got this for you. Check this. This isn't something fun. This is something weird. So check this out. It's a paperweight, right?
Oh, really?
But this isn't anything special about this except for eBay took this down because it's considered hazardous in Canada.
What?
I think it literally, and it was listed as a paperweight, and it's a Red Bull paperweight, and eBay removed this listing. And I'd have to look at it, but it was because of Canada. It came from like eBay Canada is the reason it got taken down. So I'm blaming Canada. But it says like literally, I think it's like choking hazard or something like that. I'm like, what?
It's crazy.
Just like it's glass. Like it's a glass paper or not like hard thick plastic.
Yeah, like hard plastic.
Yeah, they took that down.
Here's another blast from the past. Nana Tink in the building.
Oh, Nana Tink, what's up? Yeah, that was. I was like, I'm gonna call them. Actually, I'm gonna try to resolve it because I'm like,
dude, Krillin was in there earlier. I sold a bunch of Red Bull stuff. It's been a while, dude.
That's why Red Bull always has sold for me. Like I always sell Red Bull.
This was like one of those bar displays that had like the little light thing.
Yeah.
And it swiveled in there. Yeah.
So it made no sense when I got the notification. I was like, well, what did I have that was a choking hazard or was recalled or whatever? And I was like, that? Like, why? That didn't have no recall.
Dude, if you're choking on that, man, you got some problems, bro.
Again, I was just like, what? Yeah, so I'm gonna call them and see if I see if they'll help.
Choking hazard.
Yeah, weird. And I mean, again, I was just like, what's happening, eBay? And I think if I take international off, I don't care. I'll take international off because it was through Canada.
Yeah, the Red Bull stuff I sold all went to Europe. It was weird. Like a guy actually, I had a case of stuff. Oh, the other weird thing I got is so my guy was cleaning out this guy who used to have a general store. So he had all this advertising, like older stuff. So I got a bunch of Winston Cup posters that have like all the drivers on them. I don't think they're worth a ton, but like I got like 5 of them. So probably gonna sell them on auction.
Yeah, I've done good on. What was that? When I found those old advertising posters from GameStop, and they were like Wii U and Nintendo DS, and
yeah, I've got a Pokemon one.
Good on those.
Oh, look at this. This is what my girls. So I was talking to my girls about, like basically coming up with something that's my own.
Heyo. Hot sauce making kit. Oh, so
yeah.
we're gonna have some OBX.
Yeah.
Sauce. You need to make a hot sauce for like seafood.
Yeah. Right.
Like some people like to put hot sauce on their clams.
It comes with like vinegar. All these pepper packets. Like loads of pepper packets.
Don't rub your eyes when you're making that.
Oh, it comes with gloves.
Good.
It's like got the dried peppers.
Oh wow.
And 6 little bottles. In your own label making little rig. So I was like, that's super cool.
Yeah, that is.
So we're gonna be experimenting.
Making the OBX hot sauce.
I like hot sauce. Let's see. Oh yeah. So you got your little blank labels. You can,
oh yeah.
I'll just print it like a shipping label.
I have a feeling you're gonna make it extra spicy. Your sauce.
I don't know. Maybe I have to go. Maybe I might have to go a couple levels, right? Like a. You know.
Oh yeah, like a mild.
Yeah.
And a fuego. Man, my office is in shambles because I had everything in the inventory room doing that. Doing inventory. I moved my chair and my table, and I was all. That's why when you said you should come on, I was like, man, my basement's in My desk chair's in the other room.
Man, I'm always like, somebody in the comments the other day of one of our videos, like, look, Eric's got all this stuff organized. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you guys do have no clue what this looks like in here. Looks like somebody dropped a bomb in here on the floor.
This is so frustrating. So I had to get new glasses because my dog chewed on my glasses.
Oh, yeah?
And then, so they said they changed my prescription. So they changed my prescription for my to see distance, but now it blurred my close, so I had to get bifocals, like these transition bifocals that I hate. So I'm like, well, you know what I'll do? I'll just get reading glasses for when I'm on the computer, right? So then I get these reading glasses, and like, look, all they do is reflect the computer in my eyes. So like, so all you see is my computer. So now I'm back to these again, but it's a little blurry when I wear these. Kind of sucks. So then if I go like this, my bifocal. If I go like this, though, I can look through my bifocal. And I never wanted to have bifocals, man. I was like, no way, no how. But when he showed me my phone without the bifocals, I was like, well, that ain't gonna work. He's like, bifocals.
I got some of those blue light glasses before because I was like on the screen all day. There for a while,
Yeah.
like I was like, man, I was having trouble like focus, and I was like, maybe it's. I was reading a little, the internet doctors, and they're like, yeah, you need blue light glasses or whatever. So I've tried them, but I was like, dude, this is weird because they have like little magnifier down at the bottom, and I'm like, I kept like look down, and you're like, what's going on? Like.
I don't like it, man. So like all year, I was like, so I just got them like during Christmas season, right? And all Christmas, I was like, well, the top half of the tree is nice and clear, and then the bottom half of the tree is all blurry when I look at my Christmas tree. Yeah. I hate it. I was like, I had to go like this.
That's crazy. Now you'd be adjusting down.
Yeah, I'm starting to get used to them, Nana, but I don't. You go back 10 years and I had like perfect vision. I grew up and lived most of my life with 20/20 vision, and then all of a sudden, one day I woke up.
It's kind of crazy, man. It's got a little bit more for me. Like, so I actually used to have better than average vision. Like, it was less. Both of my numbers were lower than 20. So it's kind of weird. Like. So they talk about like baseball players. A lot of baseball players have like 16 and 18 vision.
Yeah.
That's how they see ahead. But like I said, it's so funny for me because back in the day, I don't know if you guys ever did this. Like this is what people my age or older would be messing with. But in the car before electronic devices, like you're coming up with all these games. So our game was like we would do the alphabet on signs, countdown. So I could see signs ahead of everybody else in the car. And people were like, you're cheating. And I was like, no.
In the back seat.
I said, no, it says that. And they're like, there ain't no way you could see that. And we get closer and you could read it. I was like, yeah. I told you.
That's fun.
Like superpowers. But now I'm the one that's like, ain't no way that says that.
Right. Man, it sucks. But I also have to admit, I got the new glasses and I can see better. And man, looking at my phone, I'm like, man, that's HD now.
Yeah.
When I look through these bifocals, man, it's like looking at high definition.
Yeah, I see that. Like, I mean, for me, it was focus. A lot of it was focus. Like when I wake up in the morning, everything would be a little blurry, and then it'd dial in. So I don't know. It's been better though over some of it too, maybe, and I don't know for sure this absolutely, but since I've been eating a little healthier, like I haven't seen to have as much problems with that stuff.
Yeah. Hey,
of course, I say that I've been cheating today on the nerds.
I've been cheating for the last month, but I'm gonna start tomorrow, just like everybody does. I'm getting back on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I started like 2 weeks ago, dude. I'm down like 16 pounds. So.
Heck yeah, man. I probably gained 8 pounds over the holiday.
Well, 2.5 weeks, I think. It's where I've been going. There goes Shad Juice, man. Got me fired up about it. Like, I was like, you know what? Shad dropping that serious weight that he has.
It's hard. I don't know. I mean, I tried really hard last year. I did lose. I lost at one point. I had lost like 20 something pounds.
You know what I've figured out for me? Like I've got to lift, dude. I've got to exercise because if I don't do that stuff, I can't.
I tried weights. I can't with my medical stuff. I just cannot lift weights at all. I tried and I was like, nope. So that's so I tried. We did some swimming. We've been doing some swimming. That's not terrible.
Yeah. For me, so we have a free gym. If you're a part of the county, like the town beside us is Manio, and they have like if you're a Dare County resident, you can come and work out there for free. Yeah. And so they have a gym. I mean, it's missing a couple things. I can't really get I used to lift. I used to do a lot more of that. I actually did.
I would have never guessed that. I'm joking.
Yeah. I used to do strength and conditioning for the football guys. But when I was in school, I was skinny. I started lifting weights in high school a little bit.
Right.
Because my senior year of high school, we had a basketball coach that believed in weightlifting. And prior to that, I was like, football players lift. Like we do other things. Like all I ever did before that was work on jumping. Because in middle school I was short. I was under 5 feet. I hit 5 foot in 8th grade.
And then you hit 6 foot the next week or what?
Dude, I had 2 summers that I grew 6 inches. Seriously. And so then now I'm 6'1", a little over 6'1". And it's but so when I lifted before, it was literally just so I could jump. So in high school, I had a 36-inch vertical. I could dunk and all that stuff. But
that's wild.
LBs caught me.
Yep.
So when I worked for the bread company, I used to lift too, because you just naturally do it.
Working for the bread company would be bad for me, man.
Dude, honey bun a day, man, does not keep the doctor away.
That's funny. Yeah. We have it's so weird to me being in this little bit small. We have a YMCA here or a gym. You have your choice, YMCA or the gym. And the YMCA is way cheaper, so we're at the YMCA.
Yeah.
But they have the big pool, they have the big, so we just go do laps in the pool.
Yeah, I did so for me, the only thing that I can't really get a good workout at the gym with is my parts of my back and my chest. Chest workout's hard there because I haven't lifted in a while, so you can do dumbbell presses, but you got to have other muscles in place. Otherwise, you just for me to get enough weight to do a dumbbell press, I need help. I need somebody to spot me. And when I look around the gym, I'm the only non-senior citizen in the gym.
Yeah.
So
yeah, your spot might not be able to spot you at all. You might end up helping your spot.
Yeah, I might break my arm is what may happen. Yeah. I mean, there is one guy in there the other day, man. I mean, because it's my dad's age, but he's jacked up. I was like, man, look at this. And the other day, I saw a lady in there who's probably my mom's age, and she's doing tricep extensions, where you do this. And dude, she's doing 25s. I was like, that's impressive for, yeah. I was like, that's impressive. Yeah, for me, I think that's it, man. Teak is getting your mind right. That's the thing. Once you have a made up mind. But for me, when I start lifting, I've been having back problems, and after I started lifting, that kind of came with it. Kind of get everything tightened back up. Helps get some of that stuff together.
My biggest problem is the exercise, finding time.
Well, see, I lift quick. I'm not one of those wallflowers in the weight room. I go in 30 minutes, I can be done. So I do other people do whatever, but I do small muscle, large muscle every day. So,
right.
So if I'm doing biceps, then I'll do my back. And every third day I do legs. So
I'm it's it's super awesome what Shaz's doing. but he shares like his steps and stuff. I'm like, that's hours a day to get that in. Like that's more than an hour.
Yeah.
You're talking. So I'm like, I want to do those steps. I just don't even know. I gotta find time.
I walk an hour. You know, it's little things too. Like I put on my Instagram one day, and I haven't been good about keeping up with it on Instagram, but one of the, like I've done other stuff like weird things like parking across the parking lot, like rather than parking closest to the door instead of taking out.
No, I saw you say that. It's funny you said that, and I told Sonia we got to start doing that. And then there we are at the parking lot. She's looking for a close spot.
Keep circling,
I told her, I said, "You're trying to keep me fat, aren't
you?" Yeah, it's one of those things. Well, that's honestly that's how like me and Regina had to work through some stuff because we were talking about it too. What happens a lot of times, like for me, when my kids were younger, what would happen is I've never been a waster, right? Like I can't just throw food out. Like for me, there's a mental thing there. It's like, no, don't waste it. So like I would eat whatever everybody else didn't eat, you know? Like, so like if you had stuff left over, I was like, okay, I'm just going to polish that off. And
I always tell I'm not going to lie to my kids, hey, if you're not going to finish that, let me know.
Yeah. I mean, that's real life. So that like that's the kind of stuff. So I mean, just little mental things. Like for me, I've been trying to be better about that. Just like and then like I said on my Instagram, like bonus points, take your cart all the way back and walk back again. Because you're already out there. It's gonna, you know, it's ways to cheat your steps to get things, you know, together. Right. We have the track out here too. Like so there's a 2-mile track. It's a track, but it actually goes through the woods and goes down by the water and like it, so it's a nice like put in some music, you know, you go down. Like for me, I do like some.
You put on Pocket Change podcast. Put on Pocket Change podcast.
I have listened to you guys walking before. I literally have like a few of those things, but like things
two out of three of us ain't bad.
Yeah. Now you guys are funny, man. We're looking forward to little collab action coming.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, they
related to local hospital, not the YMCA. Okay.
Look like new meat to the 80-year-olds.
I got my glasses on. I'm struggling to see that.
We're about 20 years younger, but I want to lose weight, not join a social club. Yeah, I mean, I go quick, dude. Like I'm in and out. Like those guys, I go to the. It's funny for me because I did strength and conditioning with the boys at high school, and back then I had extra motivation because I have daughters. Like so, my daughters were in high school when I was doing that. So I would lift to let them know, kind of like I've been there with the boys, like. Hey, you see what you just benched? I can curl that. Let me show it to you. just so you know. Like, yeah. The girls came home one day. They're like, Dad, all those boys are scared of you. I was like, good. Gotta wear one of them. Gotta wear one of them.
See, I got two boys. I've had two boys. They're, you know, and like my oldest, he's always been like that. Just like deceptively strong kid, you know, like
yeah,
man, he's grown into like that guy that's just like strong. He doesn't even, you know, he looks skinny, but he's strong as heck. I won't mess with him now. I'm like, nope, I'm
yeah, I figured out what to do with those guys when I started getting bigger. I was like, what you do is you listen for them to breathe out and then squeeze a little tighter. That's what you do.
Man,
eventually they'll give you that. Get off me.
You know, you say that that when we went to the reseller rally and Paul Philly Flipper, that dude bear hugged me, right, and he picked me up off the ground. Like that's not a small feat picking me up off the ground. Tell you what though, man, he squeezed the crap out of me when he did that.
Yeah. Paul's a big guy, man.
Dude, yeah, he lost a lot of weight too, but man,
yeah, but Paul looks great, dude. Yeah, he looks great. I was like, man, dude, yeah, like all those guys, like definitely. Plus, I mean, for me, I'm traveling in February to go back to India, so I was like, dude, I've got to get in better shape prior to doing that because it's kind of a brutal trip as far as travel, and then once we're in country. Like you better be, I mean, I've took people there who weren't in the greatest of condition, and they were having problems. So I don't want to be a problem.
You don't want to be the
I'm leading the trip. Like I don't want to be a problem.
you don't want to be the one. I'll catch up. Don't worry. I'll catch up to you.
Yeah. They got. I mean, not that we honestly we don't walk a ton or anything. It's just the day in day out. I wish I could join you guys, but I'm serving at church tonight. Okay, cool, Leroy. Leroy does a little volunteer stuff with sound. So, Paul's down 80 pounds. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna try it again. This man, I just for not. Shouldn't Jimmy be doing? Hey, we got it done, Chris. We got it done.
Hey, Chris. Mega plush, dude. Mega plush. I've got all plush.
FAO Schwartz.
Yeah, FAO Schwartz. This is from Big. That's the store from Big.
We found
Leroy. What are you doing, man? You don't have to pay to be on this channel, bro.
Right? Yeah, this isn't going to the RAN fund. That's fun.
I appreciate you, Leroy, man. Huge shout out to Leroy. Like, appreciate you, man. All that you do.
That guy can dance. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, he's getting down a reseller rally.
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy with some of the stuff that we found in our inventory. That, like, I think I found a pretty high-dollar T-shirt. I was like, "Oh, look at this!" Look. It's funny because I'm going through my own inventory and I'm like, "Look at this vintage AC/DC shirt."
I know, it's crazy.
It's not listed.
Let me ask you this, okay? So you just went through your whole inventory.
Yep.
How many items did you find that had dropped off?
That were on there on my shelf but not listed?
Yeah.
It's probably 25-ish.
Yeah. Out of how many listings?
1,500.
So you do this every year? You do your inventory every year?
No, so I haven't touched every item in probably 3 years. Now,
okay.
When we moved, we slimmed down. Like we came here with only our listings. So
you probably cleared out some of that stuff then.
Yeah, and didn't even realize it, right? Like,
yeah.
But since we've been here, we've added 700 and something listings. So
it's great. It's crazy for me. So that like I've not gone through my entire inventory, but when I first started selling on Whatnot, I actually went into my toy. So a long time ago, you would have saw what my shed looked like. I haven't showed in there a long time, but I've got sections, and it's probably like 2 sections are probably about maybe 4 to 5 feet, right? So I have 2 sections of nothing but toy stuff, like toys, games, that kind of thing. So I went through those 2 sections and had 2 totefuls of unlisted inventory. I'm like, that makes no sense. That makes no sense.
Well, some of the, I'll say at least half of the stuff I can say, I remember something happened with that, and that's probably why, like, I have
recommended whatever.
Well, I have a habit of doing this. If someone sends me a question that makes me think maybe I did something wrong listing it, I don't answer the question. I end the listing right then and there. Like, I don't, if there's a chance, like, if they'll be like, this says this, but this is this in the picture, and I'm out and about, but I don't want them to buy it, right? Like, I'm afraid they're going to buy it. So I'll just end it, and then I'll look at it when I get home. But the worst thing that could happen is that they're right, and then they bought it, and then I have to ship it when it's wrong, right? So that happens occasionally, and I could probably say half of that stuff is me just never getting back to that item. I mean, so I'm guilty of that for sure. And that's probably most of it over the years, right?
A lot of times I just fix the listing. sometimes I just fixed it even with whatever they said. I was just like, okay, whatever you said.
Sometimes, for me, like
if it's something I don't really know about, like, because it may have been me. Like, I mean, I've done it before. I've gone to my pictures and looked, and I was like, oh crap. The other day I just saw something, and I didn't realize that at the very end when I copied the listing, it said with REM, and I was like, I guess I didn't notice it. It was just like a WREM, and I was like, oh, they said this thing has the remote. I don't have the remote. I sold it.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's not good. But it doesn't say it in the description. It just was in the, because I fixed the description. But I was like, oh, it says with REM.
Like I can think of one right now. It wasn't a strawberry shortcake, but it was a strawberry shortcake doll, right?
Right.
And the lady's like, well, that's not purple girl. That's this girl. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Why I must have lensed it and put the wrong name or whatever, but I don't know who it is. So I just like ended it. Like I'm gonna go home and research who this doll actually is. And I never did. And I know that's why it's sitting on my cart now, because I remember ending that.
I do that sometimes, but I'll be like, I'll just message them back. I'll be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, blah, blah, blah. I did this. Like, thanks for, because, and like, I know some people get mad about, like, if people message you and say, oh, this is whatever. I'm always like, whatever, thanks, guy. Like,
I'm definitely. When people start, it's only when they go like, I see this listed for $30 everywhere else, and you have it for $50. Will you take 30? Well, no, go buy the $30 one. Like, why do you look at it? Like,
I had a guy message me today, reseller, which I can't. I used to get mad about people sending me offers, but then I'm like, no, I'm that guy. Like, I was like, you pick with me. Everybody knows I'm that guy. Like, if you ask me to give you an offer, it's going to be ridiculously low because that's me. But I was sitting there looking at it. I was like, okay, this guy, that I have that Harley hat. I've got it listed for like $350. There's none of them like it. It's 70s for sure. 350s, that's like the best case scenario, right? But our best offer. Like if someone was to offer me $100, I'd probably take it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So this guy sends me an offer for $30. And I go look on his site. Everything on his site is $200 plus. Like he's a seller. He's a reseller. Yeah. By the way, his feedback's 97%. I know that was a hot topic for you guys recently, but 97%. Like that's not good. No. You've only got, and he don't have that many items. Like I'm like, you're at 97%. You ain't got that many items. There's a problem. You only got 80 feedback.
I wonder how many of those are related. I actually did some, after we talked about that, I did some research. Like, where's it at? I even screenshot it. Like, in the seller protection on eBay, it says, because Joe talked about how he got that feedback on a shipping time or whatever.
Yeah.
And it says right here in eBay seller protection, I screenshot it. I was going to talk about, we will protect you by removing negative feedback and neutral feedback and defects when things happen that are out of your control, such as weather or carrier delays, or when the item arrives late but tracking shows you shipped it on time. It's right there on eBay. So why won't they take that down if it's right there on their?
I think he got a hold of the wrong person.
Yeah, I think so too. So
that's really what I was.
So, anyways, I'm sorry.
I know exactly what you're saying. Like, I mean, that's the stuff that. For me, I am currently at a 99.4, and I couldn't get a couple removed a while back. And
we got to talk off camera. I can't share this.
Gotcha.
See now everybody's going, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm over 2,000 feedback now, though. So I'm staying on that.
I think I'm getting close to 4,000.
So how do you listen to this one though? I received a positive feedback. There was a negative feedback.
So the negative wording in the positive area?
Yeah. So it's positive. It says I received the package in very poor condition. It was ripped open on one side. Check the contents of the package. It's in good condition. Why can't you pack the purchase item in a proper packaging rather than horrible packing that you sent. I paid for proper packing, $15, shipping and handling. Still, I get the item with the package ripped. It was a cricket bat, bro.
Yeah, like what do you? Now, here's
it was in a bag, a protective bag. I wrapped the cricket bat with bubble wrap. And
here's the question I would have with the way they've changed, because they changed everything on feedback. So if I go to one of your listings,
yeah,
it's not the most recent anymore. It's what they call the most relevant feedback. So like all your listings could have a different one of your feedbacks attached to that.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest problems with it is, though, there's some people out there that I've confirmed with them that feedback is 3 months old. It's negative, but it's showing up as the number one feedback for a bunch of their listings. So it kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's.
So my question on that one is like, as long as it's not showing up at the top on a bunch of them, and it's a positive, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Well, it's the only cricket back I've ever sold. So I think I may be okay.
I did some research on this stuff, and there's someone that I kind of talked to about, because
I did respond. My response is, unfortunately, once an item leaves our hands, we cannot control what happens to it after that. Sorry, package was damaged, but glad the item arrived safely.
So, like, even if I go to my feedback, like my top one right there, that's not my most recent feedback. Like it's not my most recent feedback. None of these are. I have to literally like sort it to most recent. Like if I go to see all feedback at the bottom right there, then it'll put it in order. But these, like this one, past year, past month, so they're not in order anymore.
Yeah, that's weird.
See, like my most recent one is a neutral, and it's not at the top.
Look, Krillin's been working out, man. Look at that profile pic, dude.
Yeah. Is that Emilio Estevez? No.
He said maybe a few are neutrals. I do have a few neutrals. But like I said, I think it's weird. The feedback thing, I mean, I haven't lost any sleep over it, but about any of it. But like I used to, like I said, I would fight hard to get everyone off. Yeah. Now I do call if it's like one of them. This one was I actually sent the wrong item, and so that's on me. Whatever.
Right.
But
yeah, if I
sent the wrong item, I refunded the buyer, and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's my fault, I said this on the podcast, man. Just give me a chance to make it right. Like,
yeah, I think what you said on the podcast is really good. Yeah, cricket like the sport. Yeah, I'm not selling live crickets. However, I bet you could. I bet that they're worth some money too, probably. We used to fish with crickets when I was a kid. But yeah, like what you said about
like they should have to contact you before they can leave feedback.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Like it should be required that, hey, before you leave negative feedback, you have to send a message to the buyer to see if they'll help you resolve it before they're allowed to actually leave negative feedback.
Yeah, you can sell live crickets on eBay.
You can? Oh, as like live? How do you ship live? How many do you think make it there alive?
Dude, I've ordered worms on eBay before.
Yeah, Nana, for sure. We're all human. We make mistakes. And I'm 100% being honest. Like, probably some people will probably think I'm full of crap. No, like, I honestly want to provide the best possible service. Like, I do. I want to provide a good service to my buyers. Give me the chance, and I'll do everything I can to make it right. And you're not lying. You can sell worms and crickets.
Yeah, for a lot of people that have like reptiles.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Food.
So
they make chocolates out of them.
This is one of those, protein powder. I'll tell you something crazy. So I did youth with church for a long time, and back in the day of Fear Factor. So I've done some Fear Factor stuff. Like,
no.
and so this is some crazy stuff. So we have a friend of ours that they own a warehouse, and it's for trawl supplies. Like, so trawl, like as in those big long line trawlers, like Perfect Storm kind of thing. So they build nets. They've got all kinds of stuff. So one of their kids was in youth at the time, and they had seen Fear Factor. They were like, we should do this. So I made a Fear Factor game. We put it in their warehouse. So it looked like the show. I mean, it literally like was crazy because the warehouse in the background, like we're in there. So first game was I actually started out a little slow. Baby food, right? So we played baby food roulette. So everybody that was participating got around the corner. I bought the nastiest baby food I could find. Like, all baby food is like, there's people that say they eat the bananas and they're good. They lie. Like, the bananas aren't good either. But the meat is like pretty paste. It's pretty bad. So everybody had a spoon. What we would do is I just play music, just like musical chairs. You sit around, you passed it. If it stopped on you, you had to eat a bite. If you could not swallow it, then you're out, right? So we reduced a few. We reduced a few on that. The next one, so I've got these few boys that are they're Wanchesers, bro. Like they ain't afraid of stuff, like about things to do whatever. So we go. I got live eels. They sell eels out here for bait. So I'm talking like eels like this, about that big around. Yeah, live eels. So I put them in like a kiddie pool, and I dyed the water black. Right? You couldn't see what was in there. All you could see is stuff moving around, right? And then we I put like these little lead weights, and you had to get them out with your toes.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Wait a second. You're the one organizing. You're the one organizing all this?
Yes. So, like, I'm just thinking of random stuff, right? So, one of the boys. This is true story, dude. He said, "How much would you pay me if I bobbed for those eels? Like an apple, right?" I was like, dude, if you can get one of them out of that pool with your mouth, I said, I'll give you. And I'm looking at my wallet. I was like, how much money do I have in here? Like, I mean, I would pay to see that. Like, so I was like, $20. Here you go. $20. Like, I got a crisp 20 right here. Dude, he tried. But have you ever touched an eel?
No,
okay.
Not on purpose.
So I've fished with eels before, the little ones, like you do. They're slimy, bro. Like, they excrete slime. Yeah, so he had one in his mouth and it shot through, right? Shot through his mouth. So it was pretty crazy. But anyway, he never got one up. So the coup d'etat was my guy has a forklift in there, right? So I took the tines on the forklift and made them real close.
Nope.
And I made a plexiglass box where you could put your head in, right? So I stretched pantyhose over the bottom of it and put a hole to where you could put it over and be sealed. The top, I had like a little flap that you could add in. And I took various sizes of nuts and bolts and put them in a container. And what the winner had to put together the most nuts and bolts in a certain time period, right?
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 minutes or something like that. So in the box with your head, I gave you a little swim goggles, right? And earplugs. And 1,000 crickets.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it.
So crickets burrow in your hair, bro. Like, they do. I've tried it myself. I was like, whoa, like
Yeah,
this.
your beard would be a
Yeah, I mean, this is pre-beard. All I had was the goatee back then.
okay.
But yeah.
Just
I
no,
did it,
I
man.
can't just no.
Yeah, these big dude. I had all these big football players in there, man. They're bailing out of there. This little girl won. She took it. She's like, get it.
I would not. I would be out of there. I wouldn't even try. I don't think I would even try. I'd lose right away. I'd forfeit.
So I've bought crickets in bulk before as what it is. Yeah, crickets, dude. Like, it's annoying too. I mean, they're like, well, what if they try to go up your nose or in your mouth? It's like, you better you on your own. Like, you use your tongue. You got to fend them off, man. Like, blow them out of there.
Here's a tough question for the chat, though. You have to choose one of these two. Eric's box with the crickets on your head, or one of those crickets getting lost in your bedroom when you're trying to sleep at night and just making the noise nonstop. You have to choose one of those two. Which one? I'll take the box at that point. I would definitely take the box.
Hey, Shanna, thanks for coming through.
Yeah, what's up, Shanna?
We're talking some random stuff. So, okay. As a result of doing that Fear Factor, right? I had a mama reach out to me who wanted to do that for her son's birthday. So I went and done like an entirely different thing over there. I tried the crickets again, but the problem was it was cold and we were outside, so it weren't near as much fun because the crickets are they weren't moving around a whole lot. So that was they
weren't trying to burrow to get warmer or anything.
But what I did with them though is I did ice instead of eels, to where you put your feet in the ice to try to get it out, and then I did instead of baby food, I did what we referred to as happy shakes. So we went to McDonald's, and I took McDonald's Happy Meal and put it in the blender. Yeah, it tastes like straight throw up. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, it tastes like straight throw up, dude. Like,
I'd take a box of snakes over crickets.
Yeah. So then it escalated a little bit further, right? So we used to do an after prom here on the beach, and they do it at the YMCA, and they give away like serious prizes and money and all kinds of stuff there. So I get there, they tell me, they said, we'll have your prizes for the game. Like, if you'll come and do this, like a lot of people have talked about it, is, it'd be exciting. Like, I think you did get a lot of people want to participate. Dude, they're giving away a scooter, like a legit scooter, and to these kids. So it's after prom. It's for our whole county. Like, every school could go there. It's held at the big YMCA. So, man, I get there and I plan games, but I didn't take into an account just how many people would be there that wanted to participate, right? So the first game I did was kind of a little on edge, right? So they had me in the pool area. So I'm like, dude, I need to get down to like a dozen people, like, because I don't have enough stuff to do. So basically I was like, hey, here's what we're going to do. Everybody's going to get on the edge of the pool, dunk your head underneath, and the last 12 to come up get to participate. That's what we did, man. And we had like 100 kids around the edge of that pool, man. They were like watching, like, okay, you're down to 12. So then I did what I would refer to.
Little Timmy never came back up. Someone ended up go help.
Yeah, like somebody passed out. And they had EMS standing by, like we were like the game show. But they so then I did what I would refer to convenience cuisine, is what I'd refer to it as. No. And what that was I went to this, like, the old convenience store that you look and you're like, man, these jokers got like dust caked on top of stuff like this thick, right?
Yep.
So I went and got a little pickled eggs, a little Vienna sausages, a little sardine action. Like, and we did a plate, and then I went to the store and got like Chinese hot mustard and like just a little extra stuff. And so we made these plates, and you had to finish your plate, the top 3 or whatever.
And people wanted to do this. People wanted. What did they want a scooter?
I had a kid come up to me before we started. He goes, "I don't care what you do, I'm winning that scooter." He's like, "I'll eat anything, I'll do anything. I'm gonna win that scooter." I was like, "Dude, you guys are crazy." This kid, I was like, "Okay, man, we'll see." Dude, he finished his plate and somebody else's plate. He's just like looking at everybody else, like, "I got you, man. I got you." Like,
No.
So we get to the last one. Okay, this is where the worms come into play. I'd ordered these worms. They came in like, I didn't want to hold worms for a long period of time. I set it where they come in like a couple days before I get there.
Yeah.
Dude, I ordered earthworms. What I got was earthworms, but baby earthworms. Like, so they come in. You guys familiar with worm dirt? Like, it's like that. So like you dig in the worm dirt. Like if you ever go fishing and you get bait worms, like they're kind of that little dirt.
Dark. Yeah.
So this is like a container. Dude, I ordered like 1,000 worms. It's a container, but dude, I'm digging through. The worms are so tiny you can't hardly find them, right?
Oh no.
So my original intent of the earthworm thing was for you to put gummy worms in with the worms, and you had to get the gummy worms out with your teeth. That was the original plan. Here's the problem. When I put the gummy worms in the dirt, they disappeared. You couldn't find them with your hand. Like, I don't know what happened to the gummy, like the dirt and everything in there with the worms, like you couldn't find them. Like I'm like running my hands through it. I can't find them. So I'm like, oh, adaptation coming. So I had some containers there. I said, here's what we're doing, guys. You top 3. We're going to transfer worms, dirt, the whole bit with your mouth only. Once you fill to the line of this container, you win. The fastest time wins. Gets worse. It gets worse. We only have 1 container of worms, right? The first kid threw up a little bit in the container. Right? So the next kid says, I'm out.
I'm done.
I'm out. The third kid is the one that said, there's nothing that I won't do. He's like, I don't care if it's throw up or not. He does it and wins.
Yeah.
So that dude had he had a scooter on the. So the funny thing is, he wins the scooter. He's from a kid from Hatters, right?
Uh-huh.
They're an hour and change down there. So they bus all these kids up, right? For after prom. This kid's got a scooter. So the next day, part of the after prom thing is that they would travel to Busch Gardens, right? Through the night. They get at Busch Gardens when they open the next day. And they have this tour bus that they're going, like one of those big buses as part of the after prom thing. And so this kid's got this scooter in the aisle of the bus going to Busch Gardens and taking it back home. But
wow.
Yeah, that dude, man, he was a beast. He wasn't lying. I was like, bro, I'd have tapped out on the vomit. Like
I would have tapped out way before him. Yeah, I would have been like, I'm out too. But I wouldn't even made it that far. I wouldn't even made it to the top 12. I can't hold my breath that long.
Yeah. Well, too, the weird thing is like they're upside down. I was like, you can put your nose over, but your head has to be submerged, man. Like,
right.
Some of those kids are in their prom clothes too. I'm like, what are you?
That's messed up.
I started to make them get in the pools, like so you can tread water the longest.
Tread water in your tux and your dress.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I've done all kinds of stuff. One of the things we did with our youth group later on was we did the cricket thing again. Dude, I had a little girl and like she was people dared her to eat one of those crickets. She did live.
No. Oh, my glasses are dirty.
Living life.
Yeah. I'm not into. I don't know. It's in my head. Like it would be in my head too much. I could never do it. Like I would be thinking about it too much.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the only thing that gets me about the eating situation is smell. Like, smell is a problem for me, but I can eat almost anything, to be honest.
Like I can't watch like my wife used to watch the show ER, right? Remember the TV
Yeah,
show?
yeah, yeah.
I couldn't eat dinner while she was watching it because I was like, I can't see that kind of stuff while I'm eating. I can't have it even in my head. Like I can't even be thinking about like
My
certain.
wife's that way, like with bugs.
Oh, did I freeze or did he freeze? Uh-oh. Talk to me, people. Am I here? Is Jimmy here or is Eric here? Did I freeze?
Maybe me. My thing started swirling.
All right, I think we're back.
Time to go watch the ball drop. That's what Nana says.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 12 minutes.
Is the ball dropping here? Let's see.
I think my clock is right.
Yeah, they yeah, I've ate some pretty weird stuff. I've ate bugs before. Overseas.
No. I think I've tried something like chocolate cricket or something like that before, but
These were like roasted beetle. I was in Venezuela, and they, yeah, it was one of those things. Tastes like burnt popcorn, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever tried anything too crazy. Nope.
Yeah.
I can pretty much say I haven't.
Where is the ball drop?
I don't know. I mean,
one year I was New Year's at Epcot and saw that thing. It was me that froze. Okay, got you. Pink G's like it's still $8.50 a year.
that's what I was telling you. It's my first East Coast. Like usually it's over and done with by now. I mean, for the East Coast, and I'm still wide awake. But now, 10 minutes. Uh-oh. I wonder if I should go upstairs to Sonia and see if she's still awake. I don't think she is.
Yeah. It's a ball drop, more like head drop on the pillow.
Yeah, right. What am I going to look at? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking to see if they have it on video. Like, what's going on here?
I can. I was watching. There's a lot of people that they know they say start the movie at this time. And if you start like Star Wars at this time, right when it hits midnight, the Death Star will explode.
What?
Yeah, so they give you the time to start it, and then you can have that happen right at midnight.
These are a bunch of folks that are just chilling in New York.
Man, no, that's just too many people.
This is like India every day right here, bro.
That's like what?
You see my video when I was picking it at last time I was in India?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, bro. That's
how it is.
it's thick like that. Yeah, it's called I was picking it at the bazaar in Charminal, which is like it's a massive market there. Why is it freezing? Tourist. Krillin says tourist. Hey, Grams and Pops in the house. Good to see you. People wearing diapers. Oh, gosh. Krillin, are you out there in the crowd or are you over there watching the ball?
People wearing diapers. I saw that they don't let you, there's nowhere to go to the bathroom when you're down there. I actually saw it on TikTok. They were like, hey, this guy was like, we can't leave. You can't leave your spot or you'll lose it. And there's no bathrooms down. And he was saying that's what a lot of people do. I don't know
People
if
wearing diapers.
that's probably why Krillin's saying that right now. Like, I think that there might be a little bit of truth to that. I don't know how much, but there might be some.
Krillin, have you ever went down there and watched the ball drop, bro? Or are you watching on TV like the rest of us?
Like, there's no public restrooms. Like, everywhere. There's too many people for them to say, yeah, we'll leave the door open and let you use our restroom. Sorry, I might be way off base on that.
You got to be drinking Gatorade when you go down there. That's what it is.
I couldn't do it, man. That's too crowded. I don't know though. Fremont Street's pretty crowded, so I guess I've been through that.
Yeah, I see that stuff over in Vegas. Like,
yeah,
I've never been West Coast, man. I've never been over there at all.
Never been out west?
No, furthest I went is like Texas, Kansas, that area.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I grew up in Northern California, so I love Northern California, but that's just because I
mean, like I said, my wife's California, but we've never been over there, to be honest.
I mean, I like Vegas. I love, but Denver's a little bit further. Denver's not too far west, but I love Denver for sure.
Let's see if I can find this thing.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to have a good view of it.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of cheesy. Right?
Man, we're only like 6 minutes away.
Is that it? You know when it's close, everybody's phone's going up, right? Look around. You ever think about that stuff? Like I think about that occasionally about how people are like. It's funny. I was talking to a guy about being in the subway and like no one talks to you. But he said back in the day, no one talked to you either. It's all foreigners there. He says, I'm about 45 minutes from there if there was no traffic. Hate crowds like that. Yeah. Crazy. Let's see if I can put another screen
now, if there was if it was a rock concert, I don't mind that. I'll be in that. Oh, I used to. I don't know if I should. When I was younger, like if it was a good concert, I'd be in that.
All right, I'm gonna put this one up real quick. I was trying to find a better one. I'm gonna show you this. Compare this crowd of people. Yeah. So this is where I was at in India. They're not standing thick like that. But there's so in this square at any given point, there's like 100,000 people. We're walking down in here. This was like still COVID happening.
Wow. How many?
This is like the Muslim district of that part of India. So that building in front of me is the Four Towers, Charminar. It was built in like 1400.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah. The bazaar. I bought a bunch of bags here. There's jute bags. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Just markets. It's like a big market street.
Yeah, it's nuts too. Like what I was talking about in this video was there's a bunch of like bad fakes there. Like bad fakes.
I bet.
So I was messing with the guys that were selling it. I was like, "Oh, you got that Naki? You got those Naki? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir." I was like, Yeah, it's funny. Got them a
That's why.
deal.
That's why I don't mess with bags, man. Like,
Well,
uh,
these bag. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, like high end bags.
I had a video that I just put out where one of my friends messaged me said like that Louis Vuitton was real, and I was like, man, I don't mess with it because I don't have any clue. And they were like,
I do
no,
with
it's
some
real.
of the stuff a little bit, just because. I mean, honestly, hanging out. All right, I'm gonna pull up a different video.
Like in that video, I literally picked up the bag, looked at it, and put it back down.
We got 2 minutes, so I'm gonna let's see, 2 minutes. See how quickly I can get this thing up.
Yeah, I thought I had YouTube TV on here, but I don't. I wonder if I have it on my computer.
I got one.
What's
So
that?
you getting some offer.
Yeah, it's Happy New Year. We want to return this.
You didn't get seen. Cover to cover band.
I don't know.
The voice sounds familiar, but I can't place it. Can't place it. Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute. Where they got the Squid Games clock at weird one. $20 seconds.
Here we go.
Yeah. Happy
All
New Year.
right. Happy New Year. Hold on. Let me drink my Red Bull.
Drink my hot sauce. I always thought that was a weird song. May old acquaintance be forgot. What do you say? Forget you guys?
Yeah, I mean,
New folks.
definitely gonna happen for no comment.
Sonia's in the chat. She's awake, Jimmy.
Oh, she is awake. She was falling asleep on the chair.
Oh, fireworks outside the house. Either that or people are cheating. One or the other.
Oh, they're shooting off. Like, wait, still got an hour to go here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's Central Time. Central Time.
That's what I said. Like all my family's in Arizona and stuff. They're like, we still got a couple hours, 3 hours. Like Carrie out in Vegas, he's got 3 hours yet. Look at that chat in that live stream. Hey, going crazy.
Well, my buddy from India called me earlier today. Like it was like 3:00. We were eating, and on Sundays we usually have like a late lunch and don't eat dinner kind of thing.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Let's see how this one does. I was looking at that. I'm thinking about going to Peaches to Beaches. Is that what that one's called down there?
Yeah, Georgia, I think.
My brother lives in Georgia, so I might go check that out. And that's in March, right? I might go check that out.
Yeah, Grams and Pops. I'm gonna be in. I know he had sent me a message a while back about going to the one in Nebraska, meet up in Nebraska, but that's the same week. Well, one of the weeks that I'll be overseas. So
that's where that's coming up really soon too.
Oh, and I should pop live when I'm in India and show you guys some stuff. It sounds crazy because the place is so different. But one thing they have, bro, is internet signal because fiber optic cable come from that part of India that I'm in.
Yeah, for sure. That's big.
I mean, I'll be in like some jungle village, bro, and got better cell signal than I have at my house. Like, it's crazy.
So you'll be gone for a while then, or what?
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll leave on a Monday and come home Monday 2 weeks from that Monday.
How long is that flight?
Do
you have to talk about that?
It's a hike. It depends on how we go, but usually, so I split it up. We actually drive to DC because if I fly from here, it changes the route quite a bit and adds a lot more. So I usually drive to DC, which is about 5 hours for me, and stay the night there and then fly the next morning and fly into Dubai from DC. So it's about 12 hours to Dubai. And then from Dubai to India is another 3 to 4, depending on how things are going. And
unfortunately, there's one thing I will tell Sonia knows this. I will never fly that long in my life.
I do. The first time I went to India, we flew straight from New York to India. Like it was like almost 16 hours. It was brutal. Like that was the worst.
No.
So since then, now because one of the reasons I fly the way I do is because if you fly to Dubai, you fly either Etihad or Emirates Air. That's different than anything we got going on.
Yeah. Not in a good way then.
No, it's better, dude. It's better than anything we have. Like I've flown Delta, I've flown American, I've flown United, I've flown all that stuff. Now I've only flown first class one time, but that was just because I was in the right place at the right time. But they Etihad and Emirates, like the customer service level and like the comfort of your flight is just different. Like these guys, so there's a big, like up where normally you're in a big plane. So the front and the back, they have these areas that are like bigger than normal. Like, you see on some of the planes that has where the stewardesses and all that mess with preparing the food, all that kind of thing, like pulling all that stuff out. So in that area, you can actually, during the flight, you can go up there and stand if you need to stretch. Like you can go up there and take a little while. They don't like say, "Oh, get back in your seat," unless you're hitting turbulence. Right. And then they also are like, "Oh, there's snacks available, bananas, like apples, and drink like water anytime." Like just go up there and get like whatever.
What is there? What I wonder how much it costs to fly on one of those planes where you have your own bed and your own little area.
Right. So on those,
maybe do that.
Look, on those flights, they have flying into Dubai. If you've never, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to anything like that, but Dubai is, Emirates is like one of the richest countries in the world, right? Like it's just like the movies. Like there's wealth, extreme wealth there. So when you're flying on Emirates, they have like these almost like 2 and 3 story planes. So the top part is apartments. Like I've peeked up the stairs. I've never been up there. There's like a bar lounge up at Emirates, like next level up. Like I've peeked up there. The one time a stewardess, I was like, "Look, I just want to see. I just want to look. I just want to look. I don't want to stay there. I just want to see what's going on." And I look up there. It looks like something off a Bond movie or something. Like they're got a bar and stuff there. But they have apartments. They have like a little. It has a desk in there.
What?
It has like a little table and it has a bed. I'm like, and some of those, they're like $30K.
Wow.
$30K to make the trip. I'm like, geez.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. But like some of the in their first class, dude, it's almost like a little pod. Like you can lay your seat all the way back, and you kind of have.
That's all I would want, but
around little wraparound.
Yeah, like I don't need a whole apartment, but like I would want to be able to get comfortable. Like I've only flown coach or whatever, and like on Frontier and stuff, which is so for a guy my size is the most uncomfortable thing in the world. It's the most uncomfortable thing in the world.
I do things.
Physically, just so uncomfortable.
I always check my seats, like just see where I'm at, and this seems odd, but sometimes if I find an empty row, like I'll put myself in the middle. Because nobody wants to sit by anybody. Like if it can't, like I just pick the middle seat, and so then it's like, oh yeah, they're not. Like,
Frontier's assigned, so like Frontier, they give you a seat.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever flown,
Emirates is assigned. Now I will tell you, like the last time I went to India was just coming off of COVID stuff. So those guys, dude, there was nobody. I literally I had a row. So. I literally I'm stretched out, dude.
Apartment.
Just sleeping, dude. Just sleeping. It's one of those things. If India wants me to visit, they'll move closer to South Dakota. Yeah, I've been to India about 8 times. Like wow. It's I've befriended a guy over there who works for the orphanage, and he has his own orphanage. He works with handicapped people as well. So it's kind of something that's near and dear to our heart.
Walk me through a 12-hour flight, man. Like what's that like for you?
Lots of movie watching, bro. Lots of movie watching. So they have everything. Honestly, a lot of times they have movies that haven't even been released here. You can watch that stuff. They dim everything out. Like basically they try to acclimate you to where you're headed time-wise. So the time that you should be sleeping where you're heading, they actually turn all the lights off. And it's that theirs is a little bit more comfortable because you have a little bit more space to lean back. For me, I usually sleep maybe an hour or 2 at a time is all I can do.
Yeah, once you get to cruising level, it's pretty smooth though.
Yeah.
Like the flight is smooth and just like.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. I mean, occasionally it's like everything else. Occasionally you'll hit a little something here and there. But like once you get up there, dude, like you're, it's a big plane. It's not like flying a crop duster that you're going from where you feel everything. Like a lot of times occasionally you'll forget for a second that where you're at. Like, hey, right now we're over the ocean kind of thing.
Yeah.
I used to be a lot more anxious about it. The first time I flew, I went when we took that long flight from New York to India, you actually, because they avoid some countries, fly zones, the first time we went over the North Pole. So we flew over the top rather than around.
I've seen some videos. I actually seen like TikTok. There's some TikTokers, they'll just show you how the flight looks to certain countries.
Yeah.
Like they'll show you how it goes right over the top. It's wild.
So we've flown through the North Pole. Like, I mean, we've flown over. The scary thing for me is you look out and it says minus like 600 degrees or something crazy. Yeah. Like you're like, what? Like that's the way to go. Like, how are we not falling like an ice cube right now? But yeah, I used to get anxious about it. Honestly, man, I have music. Like I basically download a playlist of just kind of like soothing relaxation stuff, because occasionally you'll get a little
Just listen to all 10 episodes of Pocket Change Podcast. That'll get you there.
yeah, occasionally you get a little
Sorry.
squarely. But yeah, I mean, I watch movies.
Shameless promoter.
Have I ever seen the movie Sangam? I don't know that I have. I may have. It's weird. You want to see something funny, dude? Like watch so like India, Bollywood is a thing. So that's out of Mumbai. Right. I've been there. I've been to, like, if you ever seen that movie Slumdog Millionaire, I've been in that slum, to be honest. Like I've been there. But so where we go is in a different state. It's Hyderabad is the name of the place. And so the state is called Telangana, and they have Tollywood there. We drove by the studios. It's a big, massive area. It's kind of like something you'd see like in Hollywood, only less, So Tollywood is very similar to that. So, yeah, Pocket Change is Jimmy, Joe, and Dan. Brad, it's a good one.
Like I said, a couple of the hosts are really good. Then there's me.
I have to look up Sangam. So what I was getting at there is on the plane, they have Tollywood movies, like they have Telugu movies, which I've been to the movie theater there before. You want to talk about something wild? We took the kids from the orphanage. There's about 80 kids at the orphanage, right? So we took all those kids to the orphanage, and then to the movie theater, which they would never like. Those kids would never go unless somebody did something like that for them. And there's a McDonald's there, which for them, I would tell you, McDonald's like is bad. It's not good at all. McDonald's is not that great to begin with, but it's even worse there. So we go to the movie theater. So we're about 100 deep, right, between all of us, my team, and us. And we take the kids to the movie theater. Dude, we're sitting in 2 rows. The movie theater's that big. It's massive. No subtitles. But interesting things in Tollywood movies is, okay, think of every movie genre squished together. So like you have action, like they'll be fighting, possibly shooting at each other.
Yeah.
Karate fight scene may break out. Like, but then you've got slapstick comedy. There's always like you can almost see the friend groups, right? So you've got the hero, the love story around the hero, whether male, female, like whether she's the hero or he's the hero, they're the love story. Then you've got the hero's slapstick comedy friend who's always doing something dumb, like everybody else making it. And then you've got his family involved in the situation, which is, like maybe some kind of drama there. So like you have drama, you have action, you have comedy.
What's that movie? RRR. Have you seen that?
I don't know that.
I know it's an Indian film. Man, it just came out. It's a lot like what you said, but
then they may break out in musical at any point. There's probably a dancing and singing song. So the interesting thing over there is, as far as like we consider music to be like different artists, right? That are music. A big part of music in India revolves around Tollywood, like that area. So like the kids, the songs that all the people know are songs that are sang in those movies. It's kind of weird. And dances, like some of the dances, like the more modern dance stuff, is stuff that they are emulating from those movies. So it's kind of interesting.
You get a chance. So this is like, I know
RRR.
It's just called RRR. Like I actually really, really enjoyed that movie. Like it's a great movie.
Does it have subtitles or do they do it in English?
I think you can do it. It's subtitles, but I think you can have it to where it's dubbed over in English.
Oh,
If
so
I
you
remember
have
correctly. Like there were parts of it that were like it was so cheesy, like, but it was done so well. Like this is
that's
so
how all the
cheesy.
movies are there. Like it's
This
like
is the cheesiest thing I've ever seen, but they did it so good that it's not cheesy. It's
yeah.
like artistic and really good.
I think it's
I
funny.
love
So
that movie.
for me, I've watched a bunch of that stuff. Like
Watch that.
because
Let me know what you think of that if you watch it. It's
so
really good.
I've been to I've been to the movies there a couple times. I think maybe 3 times we've been to the movie theater. Movie theater is no subtitle whatsoever. So you're just sitting there. Like sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm sitting with the kids who don't speak as much English, but they're like, they start doing that. Yeah, I've never been able to do it where you can snap your finger like that.
Me,
The kids that they'll start doing like that. And in the movie, like people are yelling at the screen. They're like, woo, like, they get all hyped up in the movie theater. I'm like, bro, in America, like people be throwing popcorn at you and start doing that stuff.
Hey, I cheered at Karate Kid when I first saw it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like they do all that, but it's pretty wild. Like so I'm sitting there and just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what's the plot? Like, so it's a whole nother, because I'm one of those people that most of the time when I watch movies, I'm always like, okay, like me and the wife just watched Expendables, the last one, the one that just came out on Prime or whatever. So I was telling her because, okay, spoiler alert, plug your ears, la la la, whatever you need to do. But so in that movie early on, Sly dies, right? He dies. But, so I'm sitting there telling my wife, I was like, I've not seen any press about this thing at all. I was like, ain't no way, like, they're killing off Sly in this series. Like, I mean, Sly's notorious for 13 remakes of the same movie. Like, he can't die, right? So I said, yeah, he ain't dead. And then sure enough, end of the movie, he's not dead. He's
so, I've watched the first one of those. I haven't watched any of them.
Yeah, I'm not. My wife loves Stallone, dude. Like, she likes his movies.
Man, one of my favorite movies all time is what's the one with him in where they escape jail? Tango and Cash. I love Tango and Cash.
Yeah, he's gonna die of old age before the next one. I don't know, bro. I think the guy's got like a clone of himself or something. I don't know what's going on. It's funny in that movie though. There's a guy that they call they caught him some kind of, basically, I can't think of the name of it, but like basically the guy's small, right, short. And I was like, dude, what is he talking about? Like, Sylvester Stallone's only like 5'4" or something crazy. Like, he's a short dude himself. Like, you see
that? No. He's in. What's that? What's the movie? Oh, okay. I was watching. I was like, he's in a movie I just watched. I couldn't. He's in those Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I was like, I just saw him in the movie.
Yeah.
He's in the I just watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
My slide, like, obviously Rocky, like, we watched the Rocky series, like.
Yeah, I mean, Rocky, first one, Rocky, is it 4? Where he goes when he fights Ivan Drago. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, the only one I don't like is the what's the one with the kid that he's like
you're talking about 5 when his son is there, like he has his son and Tommy Morrison or Tommy
Tommy Gunn. That's the
Tommy
one.
Gunn.
I don't care for that one as much, man. I like I don't know. I honestly like his later, like Rocky Balboa. I like that.
Yeah. Or now I like the Creed movies too.
Yeah, Creed's good. 5. Yep, that's what it is.
I like First Blood. I remember
Yeah, he didn't have much to say in those movies a whole lot. Yeah. Like, when those first came out. When Rambo first came out. What about Over the Top?
Dude, there we go.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Stallone movie. How did I not even remember that? dude. He's like, it's like a switch, man. It's like a switch.
Yeah.
I turn it around.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie. And then the music in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
The old vintage classic.
Got some Kenny Loggins singing.
Yeah.
Meet me halfway.
Hey, that's what you need to do, man.
Across the sky.
Jimmy, you just need to
Marion Cobretti. I remember Cobra too.
You need to get one of those pull bars in your car, like just to.
Oh yeah, when he's driving, he's like, yeah, love Over the Top, man.
Oh, Diane Matthews coming in with the first sale of 2024.
Heyo, Cobra was great. The villain in Cobra was really good. With the Tango and Cash, that's a good one too. Yep. But yeah, Over the Top is probably my favorite Stallone movie. I mean, that's just so nostalgic. And then to top it off, that's one of my best eBay sales ever. Is when I found those 3 toys from Over the Top still in the package.
Oh yeah,
I sold each of those action figures for like $300.
Dude, I want them trucker hats out of that movie, man.
Oh yeah, man! I remember the one guy drinking oil right before, and then afterwards he's drinking
all those wrestlers that were in that movie, dude. Like a lot of those were the guys that are wrestlers, like WWF back in the day. Because what is it, like the Big Boss Man that's in that?
No, that's not. Is it the Big Boss Man that's in it? The guy who plays.
Some of the bodybuilder guys from back, like, remember back in the day, America, like ABC's Wide World of Sports, they'd have like the strongman competitions.
Terry Funk. Was Terry Funk in Over the Top?
He
was one of the bodyguards, though, wasn't
Norton, he? Like that's
Terry Funk was the real dad, the grandpa's bodyguard.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're right. That's right. Terry Funk was, yeah. What was the name of the big guy? The main guy he was going to arm wrestle at the end. What was that character's name? Bull. Help me out, Krillin.
We're going to do 1987. Let's take it back. 1987.
Dude, I love that movie.
Full cast and crew. What are we looking at here? Yeah, Bob Bull Hurley.
Yeah, Bull Hurley.
The guy was Rick Zumalt. Let's see who Rick Zumalt is.
Then there was like a guy named John Grizzly or something like that. And then there was the Iceman. The Iceman was on there. Johnny Walker, the Iceman or something like that. Watch, I remember that movie, man. Oh, that was such a
gosh, that actor played in Batman Returns.
What?
The guy that was Bull Hurley.
Bull Hurley, yep.
Yep, Terry Funk was there.
He's the one that gets in the way of Sylvester Stallone when he's trying to leave the grandpa's room and pushes him through the door. Come on, that's Terry Funk right there.
Mad Dog Madison. I think that's the guy that was drinking the oil.
Yep. No, Mad Dog was the guy with the white tank top.
Yeah.
John Grizzly was the one that drank the oil, if I remember right. Something Grizzly.
Yeah, that guy was in Rambo as well. Rambo 3.
Wow. And then the little kid, Michael. Man, that kid was a good actor because he thought he was the biggest brat in the world.
I watched that documentary a while back about Stallone's brother, that he, like, you know, where he did all that the music in the second Rocky.
Is it Frank Stallone?
Yeah, because actually that scene on the street where they're singing in the street, that's his brother. Like when they're singing, when he's like going by, he's like, "Hey, you guys sound good tonight," or whatever. Like that's his brother out there singing. It's kind of weird.
Huh. All right, Diane, thanks for hanging out. I haven't had a sale yet this year, so congratulations on your first sale.
Diane,
I had a message to somebody that's not happy with something. I sold this. Speaking of wrestling, I sold this vintage tabletop wrestling pinball machine, like from WW. It has the WWF logo on it. The lights and everything worked on it when I tested it, but now they're not working.
I'm sending some offers right now. We'll see what happens. I actually sold a nice pair of shoes today there for like $130.
Nice.
So,
I feel they're kind of slowed down with the holiday, with Christmas being over. They're pretty
yeah, me too. It's been quiet over the weekend.
Pretty quiet this week.
Yeah, thankfully, One Stop Shop, man, like running auctions was good for me.
I did have a good. I sold a turntable, a Sony turntable for $175. But other than that, it's been slow as heck.
Yeah, if you guys aren't following me over at One Stop Shop, come on by.
Go check it out. I need to go check it out. I should make that one of my resolutions this year to try other platforms, but
yeah, Krillin, Frank's still on. Yep.
Frank's still on.
Yeah, apparently he had a couple good songs too, like that hit the charts a little bit.
You know, it's crazy, like listening to who's that? Like actors that made songs. Like I like that song by Eddie Murphy that he sang. My girl likes to party all the time. My girl likes to party all the time. And I was like, I had to tell my kids, yeah, you know who sings this? Donkey from Shrek.
Donkey. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed. Happy New Year to all you folks that are here. Jimmy, thanks.
New Year's Day at the bins. Let's go.
New Year's Day at the bins. Awesome.
Yep, I'm going to the bins.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my day holds. I have a feeling it's going to hold listing a bunch of bears. Did you see this raccoon? Were you weren't in here when I was showing all this stuff? Look at this, see?
But I was watching when you showed it. I was watching on the phone.
Yeah.
Like these, they're like limited edition or something like that.
Yeah, these are all like numbered. So maybe they're worth something. We'll see. One was like $50, like one of the ones early on I looked up. So comps are all over the place for a lot of them, but like everything else, we'll see. All right, thank you guys.
All right, everybody. Happy New Year.
Yeah, watch the Charmanon video. You guys will like that. It's funny.
Later.
Later.